I think we're all going to start carrying the 5.7 cartridge. I think we're going to pick our pistols today. But seriously, we've got 3 of the leading 5.7 pistols here. I want us to run them today and figure out which one we like the best. For those of you who don't know, 5.7 by 28 millimeters was developed in the 90s by FN as a result of a PDW inquiry from NATO. They wanted something more powerful than 9 by 19 in handguns and personal defense weapons or carbines. It's supposed to have better terminal ballistics, and it's supposed to give you 20 rounds of capacity or more, whether it's in a pistol or a rifle. FN was the first to respond, but the 5.7 pistol, similar to what we have here, was actually released in 98 by FN. So this pistol, well, an earlier version without a rail, was introduced by FN in about 98. Since 2004, we've had versions available to civilians. It's gone through some iterations, but here is the current iteration of the pistol. It's got an optic, it's got a rail, it's got the same safety. It is 20 round capacity from the factory. This, unfortunately, is one of the funky 10 round mags that we have here. And it also has slide serrations, which the original didn't have, and a better texture. And actually, I think the texture seems pretty good. We'll have to see at the range. This particular pistol is single action only, so that's probably why they have this safety mechanism here, which for those of us in the US is kind of in an odd spot. Now, despite the cartridge being longer than 9 by 19, from the back of the grip to the trigger is actually supposed to be the same length as the Beretta M9, which, you know, feeling it in the hand, I actually don't mind the chunkiness of it. This pistol is supposed to be in service in 40 different countries, so military and law enforcement, and the US Secret Service uses the pistol. So Cole, what did you bring?
So yeah, here I've got the Ruger 5.7. This came out in 2020-ish. The things that stand out right away, it's very 1911-esque. The rest of it is pretty standard stuff for a modern pistol, except it is internal hammer fire. They've actually got a cutout where you can see that hammer fall as you're firing. Weird thing about this pistol is the way that they do their optics system. So there is no milling on here at all, except for 2 drilled and tap holes, which are compatible with plates that you can get from Ruger. You go to their website and those plates are $43. The main complaint is that they don't have any plates compatible with the Trijcon RMR standard. Obviously, you've got a standard pick rail, so you can mount an X300 to it. It comes standard with 2 20-round mags. An interesting pistol overall, but we'll have to see out at the range how it does. But sitting right here, I kind of like the way this gun feels.
So Jameson, what did you bring?
Yeah, I have the PSA Rock here. We have a Holliston on top of it too. Now, the FN and the PSA both came with optics plates in the box, which is nice because I can mount them right up. Ruger does not come with one, so there's no optic for it, I guess. But these came with them, and for the price point, because this is right at $500, this exact model was $500 we paid for it. It actually came with 2 plates, I believe. Just like the dagger, I am not a fan of the texture on the grip. It looks to be good, and then when you feel it, it's not quite there. It's pretty smooth, actually. It doesn't really get onto my hands well. That being said, with the recoil of these guns, it's so minimal, but if I shot a lot of it, maybe I'd want more, I don't know. It comes with the 2 23-round mags. You can buy more mags on PSA's website as well. Comes with a rail as well, so you can put your lights on there. However, you're kind of stuck to certain lights. Some may not fit on there. This Taylor one with the Glock key fit in just great. Fits in our holsters great too, which is awesome. Now, if I take this off and try to put a Surefire on there, it won't fit. The back of the Surefire hits the top part of the trigger guard first. Your controls are gonna be pretty standard with most pistols, some amount of pistols. These do take Glock sights, they say on the website. This is a striker-fired gun. It's like any other striker-fired trigger for the most part. Has a good, easy wall there, brakes. It's whatever.
So all 3 of these pistols, optic ready. All 3 have 20 round capacity or more. 2 of them have external safeties and single action only. 1 of them striker fired. They all have rails, and they're all kind of about the same size.
Ruger 5.7. I can't do it still, yeah, same with me. I have to bring my grip in for the mag release. Some guns you have to, some guns you don't. For Glocks, even for some CZs I don't have to, but for this one I definitely have to bring my hand in and twist my hand in for the mag release. Full-size grip though, so I can keep my pinky on there and actually get it in. Felt fine. Comparing I hate the red dot on this gun though, the lack of one. So not a fan of that. I don't care for that. I wish there was an optic cut here ready to go. The other two guns both have them ready to go. The sights were fine to use, of course, but I like red dots more.
It's shooting low left. There it is. No recoil. Overall, I really like the feel of the pistol. I'm not a fan of the fact that I have to break my grip to unload the mag, but I understand that sometimes pistols are like that. So it's a great feeling gun. I really enjoy it.
It's also interesting how this is kind of like the traditional 1911, where it will not rack the slide when the safety's on. That shoots super easy too. It's almost like when we were at SIG and we were shooting the full auto stuff, I can concentrate on where the rounds are going just by watching my target rather than watching that front sight. But of course, that fiber optic front sight just kind of picks up and it just kind of stays in your line of sight. I gotta really try hard to hit that mag release, but it sits in the hand well and it shoots well.
Okay, so we've got the original FN 5.7 here. Bore axis looks significantly higher than it does on the rest of the guns. And this is a polymer slide, interestingly. So the other guys already shared their thoughts on the safety. I feel the same, but yeah, let's just see how it shoots. Yeah, that's weird. That post on the safety is actually poking into me. It's actually sharp.
Yep.
Cool, locked back. Didn't have any issues, but yeah, I think the ergonomics of the gun leaves something to be desired.
Look at that safety. Trigger finger safety.
Don't slip.
It's kind of dumb.
My thumb wants to ride right there, but it's jaggy. Unlike Cole, I don't have to break my grip.
Ow! So for a full-size gun, you gotta move your pinky still.
Yes! It's easy to shoot, really. I think we should dial in the optic at some point, but it's just easy to shoot.
10 rounds. Oh, funky. I don't like the mag well, where I actually have to get my pinky out of the way to get the mag in. I don't have to do it with the other gun. And
PSA Rock. It shoots easy. You can get a lot of rounds really fast. Shoots easy. This one, no funky ergonomics. Just put it in your hand and go shoot it. The optic that dot just bounces up and down. I'm actually kind of a fan.
Do you see how far this thing is slinging brass?
it's hard to run that fast though. It's kind of weird.
We've got the PSA Rock here. Feels very nice even compared to the much more expensive Ruger. I mean, all the polymer looks straight. You don't get that warp like you do in a traditional Glock. Mags hold 23 rounds. The mags are kind of sticky in a way. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I don't have to break my grip to drop the magazine, which is really nice. That's something that I couldn't do on the Ruger, so. Okay. Okay, that was interesting. It shoots so flat, I don't have to focus on my grip. It just kind of makes me a sloppy shooter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a ton of fun shooting these pistols. I think it's time for us to pick our favorite. But to recap real quick on the FN, which was the one that I brought, I think the optic mount's pretty cool. It's an easy pistol to shoot. I think my biggest drawback is the ergonomics. The safety's in a weird spot, and there are other areas of this pistol that just kind of bit me as I shot it. My support hand was getting rubbed by their weird shroud here, and when I did the reload, my pinky got caught between the mag and the grip. So this one's not my favorite. My favorite was the one without an optic. It was that Ruger. I thought it was a ton of fun. I could see mounting an optic on that and just having a lot of fun with it. Cole?
So the Ruger going into this, I had every expectation that it would shoot nice and be a nice pistol, and it did, but there were a few things that attracted me more to the PSA Rock, actually. I found the Rock more ergonomic. I could drop a magazine without breaking my grip. The texturing didn't prove to be an issue. While it's not my favorite, I mean, there's not a whole lot of recoil to control there. So if you are diligent about your grip, it's just fine. And for me, it just seemed to shoot the flattest. The extra 3 rounds is a plus. The few $100s you might save buying that over the Ruger is another plus. I think my favorite was the Rock.
Jameson?
Yeah, so I started with the Rock, and I'm gonna stay with it. It was definitely my favorite out of all of them. Controls-wise, I think it's the best. Is it needed to have the mag release easy to reach without moving your grip? It's not needed, but I do prefer it. Why not if you can take it too? The grip, while I don't like the feel on it, and like for the dagger and the 9mm and the micro dagger, not a fan of that. But this one, because it's less recoil, it didn't, like you said, didn't prove to be an issue.
Sure.
So that's fine. My only gripe is you can't fit the X-Ray 100 on there. I would prefer that light personally. Besides that though, price point, $500 for the gun. Optics already comes with the plate even, just gotta throw your dot on there.
Yeah, you throw a reasonable price optic on there and you're still at the next cheapest pistol in the 5.7 realm.
Yep, exactly. That's awesome. All the guns shot well, I think. When it comes to just shooting them, controls-wise, I think that is what really did it for me. And then at the very end, price point was really cool.
So I found the 5.7 round a ton of fun to shoot, and these pistols all did well. We didn't include the Smith & Wesson, so for the Smith fans, I'm sorry, but for everybody else, is there a pistol here that's your favorite? And if you're looking for holsters for these, I invite you to fit one up with either the X300 or the TLR1 and use our Outlier series of holsters, which fit very well, both inside the waistband and our Origin for the outside the waistband. And if you're looking for other precision fit holsters, go to werkz.com, check out our holster finder, and see if we've got something precision fit for your pistol and light setup. So from all of us here at Werkz, thanks for watching and have a blessed day.